Can you hear me okay, Bushra Hoja?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, excellent. Hi, I also wanted to ask, is it okay if the other participants turn on their cameras or turn on their microphones, or is that not allowed?
We can try. They can turn on their cameras, I guess, and also their microphones. Can they try, please? Or I can try to unmute.
It's working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's totally up to you guys. You guys
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi there.
Good morning.
Good
but
morning.
Yeah, it just feels a lot more personal if that you can turn on your camera. Okay. Excellent. Good to see all of you.
I think we can start now. Shall we?
Sure. How does this work? Are you introducing me or should I just dive in?
Yes, I will.
Oh, okay.
Welcome, everyone. In this session, we will look at how challenge, fun, and learning language all connect to the idea of gamification. During the session, you can write your questions on the chat box, and if we have time, we will try to answer them at the end of the session. Nick Manthei is a full-time teacher trainer for Oxford University Press, and this is his 7th time presenting at the annual İzmir Özel Türk Koleji ELT conference, and it has been a true honor for us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nick Manthei, courtesy of Oxford University Press.
Thank you so much, Bushra Hoja. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's totally up to you guys if you want to turn on your camera. For me, it just feels more personal. It feels like there's audience there instead of just kind of talking to this hole in my screen. Welcome. Yeah, this presentation is meant for you guys. If you want to interrupt me, that's totally fine. Ask questions. Kind of say, I agree with it, I don't disagree with that. That's totally fine. It's not rude at all. This is meant for you guys. Yeah, just quickly, my name is Nick Manthei. I've lived in Turkey for about 15 years now, a long time. So about 7 years in Istanbul and the last 8 years in İzmir. Yeah, I think in my abstract I said, primary school and middle school, but I think this could be used for anybody from kindergarten to university. All right. So before we start, I just wanted to share a quote with you from Roald Dahl. Would you guys agree with this?
Yes.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. I've also heard some teachers that are just like, nothing works. It's only when we play games in class. That's when I feel like they're learning.
Yes.
Right? Do you guys feel that?
Yeah, that is the magic wand, actually.
Yeah. It's only through games that they're learning.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes I think we feel this way, and we got to consider why that is. Maybe it's because there's some game elements to the thing, or maybe it's just a fun game, right? Before we go into kind of looking at these game and gamification, I think we need a kind of definition. There is a difference between game-based learning and gamification. Quickly, what do you guys think game-based learning is?
And that is using games to teach and learn at the same time.
Yeah, would the rest of you guys agree?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think games to teach and learn. But yeah, so we definitely need to make sure the game is not just, all right, let's play hide and seek, right? And there's no kind of learning outcome in it. But definitely when we use games to work with our learning outcomes, that is game-based learning. And then gamification, what is that?
Like making a hard task, making a game out of a hard task, maybe.
Wow, yeah, definitely. So yeah, that is, wow. Did you study this before then? Yeah, so it is.
Yeah, I got your presentation beforehand.
You're looking over my shoulder. So yeah, it's generally when you find something, it's generally not that enjoyable. But then when you change it, you add game elements. So there might be a reward system, there might be some kind of competition, and that is gamification. That is generally something that is not that enjoyable. So that is kind of the two kind of differences between these styles. So in this this session, we're going to talk about gamification and how that connects with Google Slides, Freerice, and digital badging. how many of you guys have used Google Slides in your classrooms?
Slides.
No.
No.
No.
Actually, I used it when I'm getting myself the degree.
Okay.
I use it in my classes sometimes.
Okay. And how do you use it, Ali?
We have our lesson plans and our materials. All of them are in Google Class. So actually, we have to use Google Slides, and I try to put all of the things that the student need, like pictures and definitions and other things, or the things that they need in Google Slides.
Do you have students also actively use Google Slides, or is it just you presenting?
No, I just present.
I use Google Slides to make a website.
Ah, you do? I'm sorry. This is Kaya Aishego.
Yes.
You use Google Slides. So do you? So this is you as a teacher. Do you have students using this?
Yeah. And I use it as a website, and I made a Bitmoji class out of it. And when they click on the objects, they go to other websites, songs, or games that I prepared.
Genius.
Wow.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. Good. Great work. What about the rest of you guys? Freerice. Are you guys familiar with Freerice?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, this will be good to show. And then digital badging. Are you guys familiar with digital badging?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah. Have you made digital badges for your students before?
No.
Not digital badging, but I used Freerice before.
Okay. What is that?
There are words that when the students know the words, they like put the rice together, like donate a kind. I
right.
don't remember
So you have
actually,
but yeah, exactly. And you've done that with your students?
Sorry.
Have you done Freerice with your students?
Yeah, of course. We did it in the classroom.
Oh, perfect. All right. So this is what we're gonna look at today. I think in the next 25 minutes we'll kind of punch through these things here. First, I want to talk about Google Slides. So here, this is an example from our course book, Oxford Discover. And we have present perfect and present perfect continuous. And when you look at this, you just kind of scream, exciting, right? Right? So generally, for me, I'm just like, oh man, it's grammar. And I imagine many students, although not all students, some students really like grammar, but for me, I'm just like, oh, it's grammar again. Grammar is useful and it's helpful, but then it's generally not one of my students' favorite things to do in class. So we need to think about how we can turn this into a game. And so what I do is I actually use Google Slides. I make a slide deck with different tasks. And then I also use the share button. The share button up here allows me to kind of take it just kind of from my view, and then I could allow them to use it, and then I could also close it at the same time. So we're gonna do that right now. Let's take a look at this. So here is my Google Slides. And you see what I did is I did a screenshot of the part of the book that I wanted to look at, put it in there, so not very difficult. And then I made my tasks in Google Slides. So here it says, read the sentences, which sentences say the action is still happening. So if it's still happening, I ask my students to give like a plus. If it has already happened, so if it's present perfect, I would want them to put in a minus. How do you do that? So you just go to shapes, and then I think you go to equation, all right? And then you would put it right there, okay? And so again, a plus is if it's still happening, so present perfect continuous, and a minus if it's present perfect. And then the second part I ask for students to write two things about themselves. One with present perfect and then one with present perfect continuous. So you can see I have two sentences here highlighted. And then I also have my name at the bottom, because students can come in here and just type it in, and then I wouldn't know who did this. So I asked them to type it in, okay? For you guys, I've actually set it up. So here's the example. So I have two different tasks for you. One, to say if the model sentence is still happening or not. And then the second one is to write on it. So for those people with their name A through E, I have slide 3, 4, and 5. So if your name is Claire by chance, you would be in on one of these slides, all right? And you're writing on here. For people with F through I, go ahead and use one of these slides, okay? J through O, right? Go with here. And then, yeah, the fourth group, O through S. So if your name is Sonia, go ahead and get into here. And then if your last name is Zubayde, let's say, your name, you go here. All right, how do I do this? So as I said, you go to share. And right now, that loads, it says it's only restricted to people with the link. It's only with me, right? So I'm going to change it to people with everybody. And I'm going to change it just for you as a viewer right now, not as an editor yet, okay? So just as a viewer. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to copy the link. And I am going to share that with you in the chat box. If I can find the chat box. Oh, there we go. I think I found it. All right. So I would like, yeah, if you guys can go to that website right now.
Ah.
All right. And so you are there. So I see, yeah, I could see, I don't know if you see in the top part of mine, I could see that there's 25, 26 people in there right now. So excellent. So you can see the layout of the page. I have, the first part is from the book. The second part, the second slide is my example. And then you guys can go to where you need to go, to the slide that you need to go, and you'll see your examples. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to allow you to write on this. Okay, once I'm going to allow you to write on this. So again, look at the examples. So a plus if it's still happening, right? Continuous, a minus if it's not, and then write 2 sentences with your name. So 1 present perfect and 1 present perfect. And you need to do this on your slide. So Sonia, I do not want to see you in group 1, right? I want to see you where your name is an S, so it needs to be down.
Oh my God, I'm gonna fail.
All right.
So much pressure.
All right. And I'm going to give you time. I'm going to give you, let's say, 2 minutes. Okay. And then I am going to freeze it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click share again. Now, what I'm going to do, so you guys can see this. So you guys are all viewers right now. And you guys are there. So I see that there's about 33 people there. I'm going to change you to editor. And I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Ready, set, go. All right. Slowly, you should have access. Go ahead and go to one of your slides. Okay. All right, I see some people getting access. Excellent.
Well, Nick.
Uh-huh.
I'm just still a viewer. I cannot write anything.
Okay, I would say refresh it.
All right.
We should refresh the page. Oh, okay.
Excellent. So I see someone in group 4 is doing this. Excellent. Someone in group 3. Excellent. All right, excellent. Yep, I see group 1. Excellent. You don't have to do it. So group 1 actually has 3 different slides, so you can go to a different one. Well, we got someone writing downward. Okay, excellent. All right, you guys have...
Which, plus means what?
Say that again?
I mean, we are supposed to put some signs, plus and minus.
Uh-huh. So the plus is for continuous. present perfect continuous, and minus is for the present perfect.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we got, 45 seconds. All right, Shebnem, excellent. Shebnem, make sure you put in the plus and minus. So plus is for present continuous, and minus is for the present perfect. All right, about 30 seconds now. All right, and make sure you have your names in these, right? Make sure I know who these are from. All right, Claire, excellent. I see your name in there. All right, and I'm gonna go now. Muntaka, excellent. Thank you for your putting your name. Panar, excellent. All right, last 10 seconds. Put your name in there quickly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what I'm doing now is I am changing you guys into viewers. All right, so you guys are viewers. So now, as you can see, you cannot write or add to this right now. And so now, go ahead and take a look at some of the other slides. See, take a look at what other teachers have done. All right. All right, I see, Sonia, you've got this.
Yeah, but it just took so long with me, so unfortunately, I'm sorry, I failed.
No, so it was a little bit of a competition. All right, Muntaka, I see. Nailing, excellent. We got Begum and Aicha, excellent. Claire, Bayran, AJ, excellent. And then what I could do is, all right, so you've taken a chance to look at your colleagues, right? Or the other students. Ali, I don't know if you see yours. You have written off the screen. You've written a comment.
I cannot edit it. I can edit, but I cannot add the comments. My keyboard doesn't pop up.
Okay. All right. So then what I could also do is, all right, I'll give you, how about this? You've seen some of your friends. You can go ahead and change yours. You could add to others. You could kind of say what you'd like, or you could kind of fix yours. I'll give you one more minute. All right. So let's go ahead and I'll put you as editor. And if you're like Sonia, I would say refresh your screen if it doesn't come up as editor.
I'll try to.
Okay.
Let's see.
And then, I'll give you one more minute. Chatai, excellent. Nailing, go ahead and continue. Sorry, what's that?
I put in the comment section, not in the slide. Yeah, I was editing.
Okay. Okay. All right, Sedef, I see you did the pluses and minuses. Okay. Hanar.
I can't manage to do that. I can't edit.
So I would say refresh your screen.
Me neither, unfortunately. I refreshed, but I think there is an issue with
that. Yeah.
But you were able to do it earlier, Sonia. So I was.
Yeah, that's right. But at the moment, I don't know what's going on.
All right. So that is about a minute. So I am going to stop it now. So let us. And then, so this is
Sorry,
quite.
I couldn't manage to write too.
Okay. Was it a problem with you couldn't get to the edit or the add text button? Chal Kamer, was it a problem with the not being able to put in the text?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I would say, sometimes it depends on your device or the web browser that you're using. I think we saw Sonia, it worked once. So I did it very quick because we're in a conference right now. With students, I would definitely allow a lot more time. But I think you can see, so this was just an example of grammar, right? But I think there's actually many other ways you could do this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what other ways do you think you could use this in your classroom? What other ways do you think you could use this?
I mean, slides, slides you can always use in a nice way. For example, I did with the first graders' clothes, and I put in some pictures with a monkey wearing a hat and I don't know, jacket and whatever. And like first there was the monkey, and then there's been the hat added, and then there came the jacket, and then I don't know,
you can slowly show that, is what you're saying.
Exactly, exactly.
Oh, nice.
So I asked them, what's he wearing? And they had to form the sentence like, he is wearing. So it helps like to visualize the things that you want to work on.
So I'm thinking more about student engagement. So if you think about the previous talk, what was her name? Sarah Hilliard? She was talking about stories, right? This could be great for stories. We got group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. In your students, Sarah, go to your group and go ahead and start making some brainstorming, start writing some ideas. All right, you take this part, and then you could also, she also talked about sentence stems, right? And so maybe group 1 has this sentence stem, group 2 has this sentence stem. I think students can write on there, right? But I also think to look at their friends. So I think why change this in the game? There's a lot more interaction, right? If I just say present perfect is this, present perfect continuous is this, right? This is a lot more interaction. I can actually easily assess you guys. I could say, yes, Mohammed has written both a great sentence for present perfect and present perfect continuous, right? Yeah, it was kind of a competition. I don't know if I didn't give a winner there, right? But I did kind of say, all right, there is a time, you got to do it within 2 minutes, right? And people sometimes like it. Sometimes they don't. They're like, it's too stressful. But I think generally they enjoy that, right? And then also I think students, they learn stuff from us, but they definitely learn from their peers. And so Google Slides allows that, where they could actually, when I paused and I said, can you look at other people's, that gives students time to kind of look around, see what they're doing, and then go back and change theirs, right? So I think, I think that could be really great using Google Slides in a gamified way. All right, so moving on. So someone earlier said they have used Freerice in their class. So Freerice is a United Nations game that they've created. And what you do is you're given questions, and it could be, so there's English grammar. There's also, I believe there's English vocabulary. And there's some other things too. I think there's stuff on science and math. They have some new ones like on coronavirus and some other things. And so whenever you get a question correct, they will add to your bowl. And that bowl is rice grains that you earned. And those rice is real rice. It's actually donated to people around the world. How is that possible? Yeah, it's because they get advertisements on the side, right? And so by using advertisements, they get a little bit of money, and then they use the money to spend it on rice. So it's pretty cool that this is a real thing that you can use. I think the biggest thing that I was disappointed is it is only for A2 and up, I would say. I've used this with my 8th graders before. I think 7th graders could maybe, and 6th graders could use this as well. But something for little kids, it's a little bit more difficult, okay? Yeah, so how much are you really giving? So right now, it used to be 5 to 10 grains, like a piece of rice per correct answer, and now it's only 1 grain. So that's too bad. You only get 1 grain for every correct answer. And then you do need 40 or 50 of those grains just to get a gram. And then the World Food Program, they give 400 grams per person per day. So that's actually a lot. So you would need to get 18,000 correct to feed 1 person for 1 day, which seems, unbelievable. It's a lot, but is it impossible? No, actually it isn't. And I've done this with my students. So what you do, you divide it by the number of your students. So actually with 18 students, they only need 1,000 correct. And how is that possible? If you do it over 30 days, so over a month, they only need to do 33 correct a day, right? And then, yeah, and then they would be able, and you, as a class, you can give food for one person, right? So I think it is possible. It's just kind of how you set it up. And it's also, yeah, if you just tell students, hey, it's only 6 minutes a day, right? It's, yeah, during that break time, have them get on there. And as a teacher, so when I did this with my students, I was able to see my students, how much they did every day, how much they've earned. And so you could follow them. All right. So you can create groups. So I've seen schools, whole schools have made it just for them. So let's say İzmir Türkoloji makes their own group. That's totally fine. And then they could have students in there. You could do this at your own school. And then I would suggest making a progress report. And this is generally what I do. And I say, all right, so what was that? 33 a day. So I think it was, so probably like 250 every week or so, or maybe it was 100 every week they have to get. And so they would have to, so I would actually follow them through this. And so some weeks are good, some weeks are not so good. And I actually show this to my students at the beginning of every week. So every Monday I show students, hey, by the way, Ayşe did great this week. Bahar, you did okay. Engin, not so good. You need to work better, right, on this. And so you could follow them through progress. Yeah, we also need to think about the progress versus the final number. So here we have Ayşe contributed 400 grains. That's wonderful. We have, my thing is in the way. We have Duygu 346, and then we have Hatice with 235. So who would I award? Who would I say, these people are the best? I actually would say Hatice is the best, because it's not about the final number. It's not how many books you read, but it's actually that continuous progress. That's actually more important to me, that consistently every day or every week they are going through with us, right? Where Ayşe, the first week, she really powered through, but the other 2 weeks, not so much. Duygu, kind of a mix, but Hatice was very consistent every week. And so I would actually reward her for this. And I think it's the same with reading books. I don't care if they read 3 books, if they read 100 books, doesn't matter, as long as they're consistent. I think that's, as teachers, that's what we should reward them for. So here is an online game that can really make a difference. And yeah, I absolutely love this. There are other games that try to build awareness. So here is Hungry Shark, and they have a new thing that talks about toxic seawater. But yeah, is this really helpful to the world? I don't know. We have Angry Birds, and they talk about the forest, right? You could win a forest hat. And the thing is, these are nice. These are really good marketing tools, but do they really contribute to anything in the world? I would argue no. So I think they try to raise awareness, but I actually don't think they do much. I think the Freerice, they actually do much better. So similar games to Freerice, there is other games like this on the UN website. If you just type in UN games, you'll find this. So you got World Rescue, Stop Disasters, Freerice, Mission 1.5, and Life as Refugees. Unfortunately, yeah, primary school, probably a little too difficult. But middle school and high school, university, definitely you can. There is also another website I found, Third World Farmer, and I actually enjoy that. And it's kind of how, yeah, as a third world farmer, how difficult it is. There is just nonstop price changes, there's droughts, there's famine, there's this and that, and you're just trying to survive. So that these are games that actually make a difference. There's, yeah, a million games out there, but how many make a difference? I would say these do. All right. And then also we need to think about how we reward students. So I prefer progress charts and give them digital badging. So here is a progress chart, and I would have my students, and I would have kind of what they're doing. And then if they're doing well, I would actually award them a badge. So it looks something like this, right? And then we can make this and give it to them. And I think this is really wonderful. We're not in class anymore, but online we can do this. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So yeah, to make your own digital badge, you need a selfie of yourself. You actually don't need a selfie. You could, if you wanted you know, take a picture of a Barbie or something as a award for the kids that want a Barbie or whatever. So yeah, generally I would say a selfie. So I'm doing something, right? I'm saying, you know, good job, well done. And then what you need to do is go to the website called remove.bg. Remove BG means remove background. So I will show you this. So here is the website. So it shows you examples down here. So look, this is a beautiful dog. So here is the original photo, and here is the remove background, right? So it's pretty cool. And so I also really like this because there is no, it says sign up login. You don't have to, you can just upload your image. So what I have done is I have some photos. So here is my photo, okay? And you could also, and once you remove the background, I think it took like 20 seconds. There is the same photo, but there is no background now. And I think that's really great to do. Let us go back here. So there it is. And then you go to Google Drawing. Google Drawing is kind of hard to find. You just got to type in Google Drawing and then go there. And then you would make your badge there. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. There we go. So Google Draw, oops. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so it's right here. So I could, we don't have enough time for you guys to make it, but I could make it like this. So let's say I want to change the color. Let's do some purple, right? And then I would put in, let's say, my picture that I want. So I've put in I've made my my picture without a background. So that is right here. And then putting it in, okay. And then I could write something here. So let's do some word art. So you could write whatever you want. So actually, so there is someone here in the room that has a birthday coming up, right? And so you could write that and put that on the badge, right? And then, so once you have that, all right, so here is my image. I would go to File and then Download. I could download it as a JPEG, but I think the best is actually a PNG. PNG just kind of means you wouldn't have that background, and then I could send it to you. So I'm going to send you my example badge right now, if I can get to that. I have 4 minutes.
This is even amazing for face-to-face classes, you know? I mean,
definitely.
Especially for the little ones.
All right, sorry, I don't know. ELT18, okay. So here I'm sending you guys, oops. Maybe I just did it to Bushra, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, for little kids, yeah, this is great, right?
Yeah.
All right, so here is my badge for you guys. Yeah, I think it's really good and really enjoyable. And then you could make this. So you download it as a PNG or JPEG, and then you could send it to your students. We did do Google Slides, we did Freerice, and we did digital badging. I hope this was helpful for your context. I think I am out of time right now, so I'm going to quickly go through this. To get feedback from you guys, I would like to ask you if you could give me information, give me feedback through this QR code, or, oops, let me copy and paste this in the chat box. Okay. But yeah, if you could give feedback, that would be helpful. That improves me as a teacher trainer, and then also, hopefully be better next time at giving you guys as much information as possible. Thank you, guys. Bushra, do we have time for a few questions, or do we need to get out of here?
I think it's the coffee break. It's time for the coffee break. But if anyone has any questions, they can ask.
Excellent. Yeah. So I'll stick around here. Yeah, you guys are welcome to go if you want to, but I'll stick around here if you guys have any questions.
I have a question about the games that you